Our special guest today is one of the world's best loved and most respected actresses, Miss Olivia de Haviland. And Miss de Haviland, my first question is, what is the origin of your beautiful name?
Oh, well, de Haviland is an old Norman name. It's Norman English. And my father's family originally lived near Valogne in the Cotentin, that peninsula on which Cherbourg is situated in Normandy. And then a little after the time when William the Conqueror conquered England, they left Normandy and settled in the island of Guernsey, which is one of those famous Channel Islands, Jersey being one of them. And they lived there consecutively for 900 years. I am the first member of my family not to have lived on the island of Guernsey for all those years.
Well, the only other time I've even begun to hear the term Haviland, and you, of course, preface yours with D, is in China. You know, the china that's made.
The porcelain. Right. Well, they say it's the same family.
It is.
That they started in Guernsey, too. And then around 1400 and something, one of them left, and the one that has a common ancestor with me, left and went to England, to Dorset. And then that family lived in England for a long time.
I see. Now, you have portrayed more than 40 actresses, but I'm sure that one of the best loved of all these was certainly Melanie in Gone with the Wind. And could you tell us briefly how you got that cherished part of Melanie?
Well, my sister went to see the director, George Cukor.
And you better tell everybody who your sister is in
my
case they
sister,
don't.
Joan Fontaine.
Right.
And whose name, of course, is the same as my own. It's really de Haviland. But she went to see George Cukor, the director of Gone with the Wind, to read for the part of Scarlett. That was the only part that she was interested in. And he asked her to read for Melanie instead, and she refused. And she said, well, if it's the Melanie you want, why don't you ask my sister? So we did. And so I went to see him and committed the scene to memory after I'd read it for him and enacted it for David Selznick, the producer, and he decided.
Well, you said, Miss de Haviland, that Melanie's character, if you could pick any person you'd most like to have been like, was what you'd like to have been like. What qualities in that character do you respect so much?
Melanie.
Yes, Melanie.
Well, I think that the whole thing that makes her so remarkable is that she was a perfectly loving person. It really was love that was at the center of her nature, and was it was love that directed her relationship to all the people whom she met. And this is what made her a happy woman. And all her relationships were happy and successful.
Did all of you working together, Clark Gable, Vivian Lee, have the sense that this was a great experience, a great achievement in the cinema business when you were doing Gone with the Wind?
Yes, we did. We thought we were doing something quite exceptional.
It's been said, now that first came out in about 1939, didn't it?
The film was first shown to the public in the city of Atlanta in December of 1939.
And it was re-released, it's been released several times since.
Yes, indeed.
How many
it has.
times? Do you have any idea?
Well, I think at least 4, if not 5, and of course the most recent one is the 70mm version, and that came out in 1967.
But it's held up through the years. No one's attempted to do a remake on it. Has there ever been any discussion of this at all?
Not yet. Not yet.
But it just shows us all, I think, that a quality film will hold up over the years.
Yes, when it's a good story.
Okay. All right. We'll just stop it, and then you'll pick up with the other film.
Okay, I still have about 40 feet left.
Okay. Okay. I think it'd be interesting for you to comment now, Ms. de Haviland, on some of the leading men you've had. And maybe you could just give me a one-sentence description, if that's possible. I'll just name the names, and you could give me
You
your
mean my
instant,
replies are never brief?
your instant reaction to a name like Clark Gable, for example.
Oh, regard, I think.
Now, what did you say?
Regard. I think I regard him with, respect and admiration.
How about Errol Flynn?
Oh, that rascal.
Okay. Okay, good. Then we'll just do a little more here. Oh, that was delightful. Now, he died, didn't he, Errol Flynn?
Oh, yes.
Oh, and tragic.